Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 10, Episode 3 of the Timeline, July 10th, 2024. I'm grateful to wake up this morning. Today I'm spending most of the day with my great niece Carla. We are going to our favorite tea room. And then when we were done, we took a short drive and then back to my house. When Carla leaves a short time later, I need to relax. I went onto the patio, and right when I opened the sliding glass window to step out, my black cat friend is laying beside the pool, looking back at me. I don't know whose cat this is, but I do know the cat doesn't mind me and I don't mind it. And thank you, God, for this day. July 11th, 2024. When I start my day, I go pump gas to go to the cemetery. I get gas at 12:34 p.m. and then Madison and I went to the cemetery together. We visit Wyatt first. Madison is putting new flowers in his vase on his headstone. Madison is such a good little and big sister to Megan and Wyatt. Wyatt's vase is no longer stuck to the cement on his headstone, so Madison is able to take it off and dump out the trash inside the vase. Thank you, Madison. She then has his old flowers laying in the grass and setting his new ones in. They do look very nice. You did good, Madison. Thank you. I took 7 pictures of her process with her baby brother. Then we pull around to visit Megan. I take a picture of the full view area in Babyland 6th West and looking out over the area and then looking at the other areas in the cemetery, the headstones. My gosh, where they sit in this area of Babyland 6th West, they are so close together, too close together. Even the new headstone just set in. They squeezed that one in. It's got to make one wonder. In the second picture, it's of the southeast headstone to the rock headstone, headstones to the north, and headstones to the west onto the Mother Mary statue. And in the third picture, it's of Madison standing over Megan's red flowers, west of the existing tree. And then in the next picture, it's of the lineup from the newly set in drain, set in 2019, onto the newly set in headstone, also set in 2019, in the same time frame. In the fifth picture, it's of the full view area, the picture taken east of the small drain. And in the next picture, it's taken just south of the existing tree to the north of where the north tree sat until a storm cracked it in half. The city cut it out in 2010, 2011, Google Earth. And now the headstones from the north set there. Me and Madison, I visit with Megan, and then a short time later, we leave the cemetery. After I drop Madison off at home, soon after I get home, I did receive pictures of my granddogs, and then I write in the screenplay. And tomorrow I will start to write an episode for next week. June 12th, 2024. This morning, waking up, I thank God. When my day starts, I did start the writing for the episode. I only worked on it a short time, and then I went to the country. And as I pull in, I see a bunny hopping across the driveway. I took 3 pictures of it, as I park the car, and then I go into the house to clean and enjoy the visit. July 13th, 2024. I did not finish writing the episode yesterday, so I will work on that today. I spent most of the morning and early afternoon writing it, and I did get it done. I even reread it and I timed it. It is now ready to record, and I thank God too. When I finish, I did a quick drive through the cemetery. When I get back home, Madison and Ismail is here in the pool and cooking out. So I will take advantage of this and eat with them. Thank you, babies. July 14th, 2024. Thank you, God. I am greeted this morning with pictures of my granddogs, and then later this afternoon, my grandson and I went to our friend's house to help him with his tractor. My grandson really is a good kid. When and after we were done working, I drive back to the city, I drop him off at his house, and I went home. And just about dark, I received more pictures of the dogs playing in the doggy pool. It is a nice way to end the day. July 15th, 2024. Thank you. I will be recording today, and I'm not sure how long it will take me, but I'm going to work on it until I get it done. Everyone have a good day. July 16th, 2024. It's a nice day to go for a drive. But first, I drive through the cemetery. Everything seems okay, well, except for this whole story. And then a thought came to mind. I hope that they are not burying someone in Babyland 6th West nowadays to be burying them next to a loved one, because the headstones may be there, but their loved ones are not. The headstones were moved by floodwaters on May 7, 2015. And God, I pray they are not. I didn't stay long, and after I went for a drive, a few hours later, I made it home. And I think that's exactly what I needed to do. July 17, 2024. The episode airs tonight, and I look forward to it. I also look forward to getting this resolved for everyone involved, even the ones that don't know they are involved. Megan's story does need to be known. It was all so unnecessary from the beginning, and all they had to do was own it, acknowledge it, work to resolve it, not to make it worse. And with all my pictures and proof, there's no way to deny this, only to ignore it. July 18th, 2024. I start my day and I call it my free day. I cleaned this morning, then at 2:12 p.m., Madison and I went to the cemetery. I pull up to Wyatt on the east side of the cemetery first. I take a picture from the car of his area. Then I pull around to the west side. Madison walks up the sidewalk in front of me, and I take a picture of her. And then in the third picture in Wyatt's area, Madison stands at his headstone. His flowers are here. And then in the next picture, it's a picture of his headstone. And in the fifth picture, too. Then I put a piece of candy on his headstone and we walk away. I pull up to visit Megan a short time later. I take a photo of the full view. Megan's flowers are gone, and there is also another stake in the ground with an orange paint at one end. This stake is placed east of the other stake and headstone. Now they just set in. There's also a red box drawn in the grass. The same familiar red box that was drawn in the grass when they admitted 5 or 6 headstones were moved, and they marked the red boxes in the wrong area. And if it was a surveyor who drew the boxes, why hasn't these headstones been placed back where they belong? And another piece of information about the 2 headstones and the stake, they have the same last name as the first headstone. They just set in. In the next 3 pictures, it is taken south of the southeast headstone, and it's so sad how these headstones are in a disarray. In the 6th picture, it shows Madison is sticking new flowers in the ground west of the existing tree, in Megan's resting place. In the 7th picture, it is of the headstone in Babyland 6 West with a small bouquet of red flowers. In the next 5 pictures are pictures close up to Megan's area. Then I take a picture of just the new stake inside the red box drawn in the grass. Before Madison and I leave, I take another photo of the full view area of Babyland 6 West. We leave. I take Madison home, and I also went home. July 19th, 2024. It seems like it's going to be a nice day. I'm going to visit a friend and enjoy the day before I have to start writing another episode. Have a great day. July 20th, 2024. This morning, waking up, I received pictures of my granddogs. When I see pictures or videos of them, it reminds me I have to buy them treats. So I did just that. And then on my way to Madison's house, I'm driving the highway, and the sky is beautiful. Clouds galore. The sun is trying to shine through, and the rays of light coming down makes it even more prettier. I did drop by Madison's to give the granddogs their treats, and then I went home. I start to write the episode to get it done. I did not reread it or time it, but I will get that done. July 21st, 2024. Good morning. Happy Sunday. As I get my day started, I did reread and time the episode. I got it done, and to now be able to record when I'm ready. There is light rain today, so I did drive through the cemetery. Megan's flowers are here, and I'm happy about that, because that is one thing I do not understand, is why Megan's flowers keeps coming up missing. But like I said, I'm happy they are here today. When I get back home, Madison comes over with the new puppy she's gotten, and now she has 4 dogs. She is a dog lover, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. After all, I believe dogs are the closest creature to God. Dog spelt backwards spells God. I love my granddogs as I do my grandbabies. We visit a while, and then when Madison and her puppy leaves, I'm relaxing. July 22nd, 2024. Good morning, and I thank God. As I sit this morning drinking my tea, it's quiet. Every now and then I can hear a car drive by, but as I sit, a thought comes to mind of how some people tells me to never give up on this. And I thought, walking away is easy, but the real task is to fight and keep fighting for what is right, the truth to be known. There's no giving up on this. And then later this afternoon, I went to the country, and as I sit on the glider swing in the front yard, I see a bunny under the front of my car, and now it's hopping across the yard right in front of me. I sit for a little bit, then it hops away and sits at the front of the fence near the field. I love bunnies. After visiting an hour or so, I drive home to try to get the episode recorded. Hours later, I did not get it, so I will try tomorrow. July 23rd, 2024. When I wake up, I thank God. Then I pray I can get the episode recorded. A little after 11 a.m., I start to record. I did get it after the 5th try, so not too bad. And of course, I had to rest. I laid down to cry like a baby. Then I apologized to Megan for what they've done. My body tightens and I have to calm myself down. I do, and then later after dinner at 6:58 p.m., I went to the cemetery. I pull up to Wyatt's area. I snap a picture of his headstone. I pull around to visit Megan, and the first picture I take there is a small white circle in the grass. The sun is shining in the picture, and it consists of just south of the electrical pole to the branches hanging from the existing tree. The stake stuck in the ground is still in the ground, and the small white circle looks to be an aura. In the second picture, it's of the full view of Babyland 6th West. The orb in this picture is also there. Megan's flowers are here. Then in the next picture, it's of the southeast headstone to the rock headstone, and on west to the other headstone and on to the Mother Mary statue. Also headstones to the north. I took another 10 pictures of this area, including the lineup from the newly set in drain to the newly set in headstone, and also Megan's area close up. I also took a picture from the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, the tree to the north where the north tree should be. There is also an aura in this picture. I visit with Megan, and a short time later I leave the cemetery. I went home, and I'm grateful I went home when I did. When I get there, I get a cool drink and I go outside to sit on the patio. As I sit here, I look up and I see a cardinal sitting on the fence. I take a few pictures and I'm thankful for seeing him. Then later, before going inside, I get pictures of my granddogs laying around, ready for bed. And I am too. July 24th, 2024. This morning I wake up thankful for a picture which was sent to me. It's of my granddaughter and grandson-in-law. My granddaughter is carrying my grandson-in-law piggyback on her back. They are so funny together. They do make me laugh, and I do appreciate seeing this picture. As my day moves on, I work on the screenplay for hours, and then the episode airs, and of course, I pray this is the episode. July 25th, 2024. Thank God for waking me. I spent Thursday as my free day, like I've said, but today I'm going to write in the screenplay and organize some papers for writings of books. A day to stay busy. July 26, 2024. Before I did too much this morning, I took a drive through the cemetery, just checking. I don't see anything unusual, but if I did, I'd be out of the car snapping pictures of whatever and comparing them to earlier years, way back to 1999. I soon leave the cemetery. I go to the store and then I went home. I start the writing in an episode and I wrote in it until it was time to cook dinner. I set the writing aside and I let it go. July 27, 2024. Thank you, God. Thank you for giving me this day. Before I go to the country today with my grandson, I did finish the writing for the episode for this coming up Wednesday. We were then in the country working for our friend that's not able to do too much, and we don't mind. After I'm done doing the dishes, sweeping and mopping, and of course dusting, I go outside to sit. The sky is clear and it's not too hot today. I sit and I didn't move to get up until my grandson finished. He cleans up, putting tools and equipment away, and we visit our friend for a little while, and then we leave to go back to the city. I take him home, and then I went home. And while unwinding, I reread and timed the episode to find it is not long enough in time. So I take a shower to put my PJs on and I start to write a few more pages. When I'm done, I went to bed and I will reread it and time it in the morning. July 28, 2024. Thank you. A day to be grateful for. This morning after breakfast, I cleaned. I did reread and time the episode. It is now long enough and ready to record. And I'm really happy and thankful I got that done. Then this afternoon at 2:45 p.m., I went to the cemetery. I pull up to visit Wyatt. I take a couple pictures of his area and his headstone, and then I pull around to visit Megan. As I pull up, I take a full view picture from the south of the electrical pole to just south side of the tree. And the new headstone is set in. And of course, I walk the area to look for anything out of the ordinary, or I should say, what we've gotten used to. Just the grassy area around this headstone is a little dead, but just as I write this, there is no dirt around this headstone, and there wasn't dirt around the other headstone just west of this new one either. Wow. How do you bury someone or even set in a headstone without some kind of dirt around it, as it was for the newly set in headstone that was set in 2019 west of Megan's resting place? There was a lot of dirt around that headstone, more so than others they have set in. And in the next picture, I just stand a little to the south to take a picture of the southeast headstone going to the rock headstone, and then headstones onto the west and the Mother Mary statue. The corners of the two new headstones that were just set in, these are the two new headstones with the same last name. Then I take a picture of Megan's area close up. Her flowers are here, so that is good. In the fifth picture taken in this area, it's a full view picture from the electrical pole to the south tree, the existing tree. In the sixth picture, is of where the two newly set in headstones sit, and near the area around the two. In the seventh picture, it's of the southeast headstone area, on west to the rock headstone, and on to the west to the Mother Mary statue. Also headstones to the north, which every one of these headstones set north of the existing tree until 2015. I took 5 more pictures, including one of the small drain newly set in 2019 to the newly set in headstone set in also in 2019. And of course, one from the existing tree to the north where the north tree sat, and now headstones sit there. A short time later, after visiting Megan, I leave the cemetery. When I pull out of the cemetery, I can't help but wonder about the City of Moore's actions through all of this. So I can't blame myself, or I do not believe anyone else would blame me either. And if someone does, well, they clearly don't understand what they've done. They wouldn't understand why and what for. I have to take the pictures. I have to keep a close eye on everything. And I have to stay ever so open minded and know what I know and how we've gotten here and why. I did get tears in my eyes as I drive down the road, but this is also something I've gotten used to. Thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.